So I need to pose an interesting question and topic today, mainly pointed at all my millennials, and I am a part of that group. But what are we actually wanting from our smartphones? You know, back when cell phones were first created, they were just made to be a convenient way to make phone calls on the go. And, nowadays it's evolved so far that I feel like as millennials, we really don't make and take phone calls really that much. I feel like we're more so interested in using the internet to look up hilarious memes so we can send them to the group chat, and maybe we're going on social media to talk with some of our family members, or maybe we're on YouTube just like you and I are right now, and we're looking to be educated, informed, and entertained, and we just love it in the form of video, and it's such a powerful source. So what are millennials actually looking for in smartphone devices? Let me know down in the comments below. We're going to be going through one of the world's most popular smartphone options that millennials absolutely love. So I kind of want to, just check it out with you guys, unbox it, and give it a review, and just see if these features are actually stacking up, or if we're all just getting ripped off. Because as you see the chart and the graph, man, prices are getting so ridiculously outrageous for these devices. Are they even worth it, or are we just all being sheep? Are we all just buying devices just because it's the new shiny object? That's what I want to find out, so stick around. What's going on, YouTube? My name is Andrew Bond, and thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Out of the Box. Today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing Apple's all-new iPhone XS Max, and I went ahead to the Apple Store and picked up a few accessories I just thought would really enhance my experience with this new iPhone, and just wanted to show you guys a couple of the options that are out there and available to you. If you happen to be new here, please consider subscribing. We have some really great giveaways, including out-of-the-box t-shirts, merchandise, some Supreme gear, and a couple other things. So if you want to get in on that, it is not too late. All you got to do is smash that thumbs up button one time, and make sure to hit the subscribe button and let me know when you did it, and that will automatically enter you in to win some free merch. Alright, it's time to take this iPhone out of the box. Alright, so here we have our box. Let's get this thing open. And as you can see, we have a very well protected iPhone in saran wrap. So let's open that up, throw that box out of the way. And as you can see, very similar, almost nostalgic feeling Apple branding. As you take a look at the box around there. Let's go ahead and rip this plastic right off the top. And as you can see, I did opt to get the 64 gigabyte solely because, I just frankly do not use more memory than that. Although, as I'll get into later, I really wish that even the, smaller memory iPhones did come with expandable memory storage. But, it is what it is, and you get what you get with Apple. So we'll pop this cover off. All right, so again, and I always say again when I open Apple products because it's always the same thing, a quick start guide. And actually this quick start guide, unlike most recent that we've unboxed lately, might be a little bit useful simply because with the newer generation iPhones, they do not have home buttons anymore. So if you are not familiar with how to use the user interface on this device, you may want to check that out. So I might go ahead and show that one to you guys. We do have a SIM card disc tool there, nice to include that. And then we do have some Apple stickers just like they give with all of their products. So we'll go ahead and toss that aside there and take a look at our new device. And the grand reveal, we did opt to get the gold. This is the new color, and wow, this actually looks really, really nice. I know a lot of YouTubers were complaining because they said this is not gold. Well, to me, this almost looks regal. It looks premium. I really enjoy this color. It's a neutral tone. I happen to live in a desert landscape area, so to me, my truck is actually almost this color. I really enjoy the color, along with the actual really nice, elegant looking stainless steel trim. It just looks really nice. The build quality is so nice. The phone feels so significant in my hand. I can see the borderless design of the screen itself, so it just looks so nice. But we'll get into the build quality and some of the features in a minute. Let's go ahead and finish this unboxing. As you can see, again, Apple does include a very, very tiny weak power brick included with this iPhone. It's one of the biggest complaints, and we will get into that a little bit later, but that's just what it is. That's what they've included. We do, again, have a pair of wired headphones. These are going to have the lightning port charger, or excuse me, the lightning port connection to the bottom of the phone, because as you guys know, Apple did away with the 3.5 millimeter auxiliary port. And then we do have a lightning to USB charging cable. So moving right along, as I had stated before, we did get a couple of extra accessories that are really going to enhance our experience with our new iPhone. So I wanted to go ahead and unbox those and just show you what we picked up. First and foremost, it's very important with such a fragile iPhone, and I know this is, debatably the strongest glass on an iPhone, yada yada. I don't trust it, and it costs way too much money to replace the back of the iPhone screen. So I really didn't want to take any chances. OtterBox completely makes me have peace of mind and feel at ease. That being said, with the build quality and with the appearance being so nice and making such a bold statement as it is, I opted to get a case that was both functionable in safety features, as well as also showcase the phone. So I did opt to get a case that was clear, so it would show off the beautiful build design and quality of the iPhone. I'll show you what that looks like when we put that on the phone. But moving right along, I'll just actually toss those to the side. Again, with the new wireless charging features built into the last generation iPhone, it's really nice, and it's really convenient to have the wireless charging. So I went ahead and picked up one of the two premium options that Apple recommends to its iPhone users. I went ahead and picked up the Belkin wireless charging pad. So I'll just slide that off and show you guys kind of what we're dealing with here. And keep in mind, I did opt to get the iPhone XS Max, so that with the Belkin you're going to get a much larger surface area with the wireless charging pad. So in my opinion, I just feel like it looks right. It's going to perform a little better with a very large 6.5-inch screen of the new iPhone XS Max right on there. So the larger surface area is going to be really nice. It does have a non-slip rubber ring right here, so that way when you're tossing your phone on there, if you don't have a case on it, being that it is made of glass and the phone itself is slippery, you don't want it sliding completely off. So this, as you can see, kind of holds it in place there. But this is really going to be convenient, and to be honest, I only picked up one of these simply because I'm only going to be using it at bedtime while I'm sleeping. These things really are not going to do super well in the regards that if you're using this in your living room per se and you want to charge it, it's convenient to place the phone on there, and yet when you need to answer an email, a text message, or you want to just pick up your phone and browse YouTube, it stops charging immediately. So I really feel like we are not doing away completely with corded charging, but it is just convenient when you go to bed at night and you just want to pop your phone on there and it charges for you. That obviously is a nice feature to have. So also included in the box is going to be the AC power transformer, and I'll just plug this in for you guys really quickly just so you can see what to expect if you plan on purchasing this product. It is built right in, meant to be. It looks really, really good in there. Seamless design, and obviously you just plug that into the wall and you're good to go. One other thing I wanted to note as well is that this Belkin charging pad does come in white or black, just depending on your preference and what you like. Alright, so I know you guys were wondering what this case in particular looks like on the new iPhone XS Max. I'm going to go ahead and show it to you guys because with so many case options out there, it's really hard to pick one that you like. You obviously want one that looks good, but you're really going to want one that's functional as well, and that's where OtterBox comes in. So let's go ahead and take a look at that really quickly. As I had stated before, it is a clear back, so that's really nice, just to be able to see how nice and striking the features on this phone are. Just feeling the materials and describing them to you guys on the inside, it is a almost silicone feeling lining. It feels like it's going to be very shock absorbent. It's a very solid phone case though. It doesn't really flex, it doesn't really bend, and it does have some type of leather finish right on the bottom here. So I do like the quality and the materials made on this case, but let's see the most important part. How does it look on the phone itself? So let's go ahead and pop. Oh, look at that. The phone's actually turning on, and I didn't mean to do that. So let's try to pop this in. It's kind of hard to get in there. There we go. Okay, so that's what the phone looks like in the case. It is very sleek. Now, one notable feature, even though I personally think this looks really nice, a lot of people did not like this neutral tan tone that's on the back of this. The most striking feature by far on the phone is going to be that stainless steel gold trim. Obviously, OtterBox did block that up, but you know, in their defense, they're trying to make this a very reliable and safe case to protect the phone. Your phone's protection is their first priority, not the appearance. So I do give them a thumbs up on that aspect. You know, and if you really want to rock that gold stainless steel, you might want to consider maybe just rocking it without a case. But that's what it looks like, slightly raised on the front. Feels significant, feels really nice. It doesn't feel like it's going to be too massive in my pocket or anything like that. So I like this case in particular. I think it's nice. Now, one important key feature as far as the functionality goes is how do the buttons feel when you press them? Because a lot of cases like this, the buttons are extremely stiff and annoying. These buttons are very soft, very nice to press. You have easy access to your toggle switch there. I give this phone this phone case a thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, if you like it or which case you prefer. One of the notable features I am particularly unhappy with is the fact that the new iPhone has no Fingerprint ID at all, no home button, none of that. I really don't enjoy it, and especially considering, you know, I know they wanted to do the really large screen, and that's totally fine. It's totally acceptable. It's really amazing. But the whole thing is, why not put it on the back? I mean, we've seen Samsung doing that for a while. The fact that we lose the home button and the ability to unlock our phone with a Fingerprint ID really represents an inconvenience in my mind. I really feel like, you know, it's a really convenient way to just grab your phone, have your finger in the right position, and boom, your phone is just open. I'm not 100% sold on the facial recognition. While it is a nice feature, I just don't like the fact that I am forced to solely rely on that or putting in a passcode. It just really seems inefficient to me, so I'm not particularly thrilled with that detail. So I have to mention that another questionable decision on Apple's part is, you know, the fact that they made this phone unbalanced. And I know a lot of you know what I mean when I say that, but you know, for such a sleek, such a stunning, such a well-built phone, all you guys out there with OCD and perfectionists out there are gonna be driven absolutely up a wall once you look at the bottom and realize that there's an uneven amount of speaker holes in the bottom. I don't even have OCD. It bothers the heck out of me. They decided to put the single antenna there. That's great. I really appreciate the functionality, but my goodness, I mean, for Apple, I'm just shocked. I am so shocked and surprised that they do not have an even number of holes on the bottom. I absolutely can't get a case on this fast enough, and hopefully it will cover up some of that, because I seriously just, it drives me nuts. So I can't even imagine all my friends out there with OCD, how they're gonna feel. Moving right along, I really wanted to get into debatably the best feature on this phone, and that's the camera. It has absolutely spectacular picture taking abilities. A few of those great features on this camera I did want to touch on is that it does have a 12 megapixel camera. It has True Tone flash built in, just like the iPhone 10 did. It also gives us the ability to adjust the depth of field in post, meaning when you take a photo in portrait mode, Apple now gives us the ability to have a slider bar to adjust the background of the depth in each picture as we feel necessary. absolutely making your pictures customizable. That built in with the new HDR features, you will take absolutely stunning photography, great pictures, and if you're a person who really likes to have stunning photos on the go and you like to post on Instagram, this absolutely is a setup that you need. Unfortunately, I cannot give an in-depth review in this video simply because right out of the box, I'm having a little bit of an issue. As you can see, my camera app won't work. The app itself, when I tried to open it, the camera is all black, nothing showing, and when I went to settings, it says that Face ID has been disabled. There's a problem detected with the True Depth camera. And when I went to learn more, the Apple website told me I have to take this into the Genius Bar at the Apple Store in the morning and get this sorted out. Hopefully this is going to be a simple firmware update or something like that. So I'm very sorry that out of the box I cannot give you an in-depth camera review, because I assure you this camera absolutely is stunning, it's breathtaking, and it's nothing short of incredible in such a small package. Now, this new iPhone is IP68 rated, which means you'll be able to submerge it in up to 1.5 meters of water for up to 30 minutes at a time. Apple's also boasting that the glass on this iPhone is the strongest of any iPhone, which is not only going to make it more drop resistant, but more scratch resistant as well. It really should increase the durability, which is always nice to see. But then again, God forbid you accidentally do crack this or damage it. I want to say it's somewhere in the range of $400 to $500 just to replace the back of this phone. So you want to be careful and, quite possibly, even though the phone is stunning, put a case on it. Couple key features and tech specs I did want to make you aware of. I'm not going to go into incredible detail on this because I already know there's a million videos just outlining and detailing all the technical specs, so I just want to touch on them just to make my viewers aware. This does come equipped with an A12 Bionic chip, giving you 50% faster graphics performance, 15% faster performance cores, 50% lower power usage and efficiency, and also it does come equipped with an 8-core neural engine, 4 gigabytes of RAM, and it comes with up to 512 gigabytes of storage. So those specs are not incredibly different from last year's model in the iPhone 10. So should you make the switch? Well, that's a personal preference. Personally, I would not recommend switching up if you already have the iPhone 10. I just don't feel Apple's done enough for us to justify paying over $1,100 for the base model of this phone, up to over $1,500 for the higher 512 gigabyte model. So I don't feel like they've done enough. I would personally just wait until the next full year comes out. But let me know down in the comments below if you're gonna make that switch. So a lot of people before buying the iPhone 10 were complaining that it did not have a plus size phone. Well, this really solves the problem with the iPhone XS Max. It does have a 6.5 inch edge to edge display. In comparison to the iPhone 8 Plus, it's a larger screen with a slightly smaller body. So this of course does come with a Super Retina OLED display that obviously makes streaming video, browsing social media really, really nice. And when you really think about it and boil it down, although I've made a lot of arguments against this phone, I will say that Apple does one thing very, very right, and that's they understand their consumer markets. If you really consider and think about it, we don't use phones for phone calls that often, to be quite honest. In fact, I have friends my age who get downright upset, like who would have the audacity to even call them on their cell phone. So it's kind of silly, but really what I think that 90% of people around my age group like to do on their phone is going to be streaming YouTube videos, looking at memes, maybe sharing stuff on social media, texting, that type of stuff. So as far as all of that, this has an incredibly easy to use user interface, paired with really, really incredible camera, paired with really incredible OLED screen and the large, I mean, they've really done an incredible job in making our lives easy and making our lives better while doing the things that we love to do on these devices. Another great feature that Apple has brought to the table with this device is an incredibly responsive touch display. This thing is really fast, it's super snappy. Anything you want to do, it's just so darn quick and so nice to use. So it's really nice to see that responsiveness in this device. Another slightly disappointing upgrade that Apple gives us is a slightly better battery when you compare it to the iPhone 10. The iPhone XS Max is going to give you approximately an hour and a half more of usage on this battery. While it is slightly better and we do appreciate the extra battery life, it's in no way as good as some of the Samsung phones, and for that matter, even some of the other, smaller phones that range around the $300 to $500 range. So for, a phone that's between $1,100 and $1,500, I was really wanting to see a bigger, better battery. So hopefully in the future we can get a little bit better battery, as well as hopefully the charging situation will improve as well. So after checking out all the features, all the options, and everything about this device, it really makes me wonder, again, just circling back to that topic, is this device actually worth it? And here's the thing, smartphones are such an important part of our generation's lives. If you really think about it, you probably pick that thing up 100 times a day to do all your tasks. I mean, you're doing everything on your smartphone. You're using it as communication, your navigation system, maybe checking your cameras, your home security, buying things on the internet instead of going to the store, ordering pizza. I mean, the possibilities are truly endless on it. So I think us as millennials, we have to understand the unique situation that we're in and the power that we actually hold. We are outnumbering other generations now. And so what that means is large companies such as Apple, they really need to pay attention to what our wants and, more importantly, what our needs are as a generation as technology keeps advancing. And so, in your opinion, do you think that they're making enough changes to these smartphone devices to justify that giant cost? And like I had mentioned a few times before, the phone ranges anywhere between $1,100 and $1,500 depending on how much memory you want on the phone. So, let me know down in the comments below, because it's really an interesting topic, and I think a lot of times people get way too, mixed up on what the specs are, what the price is. All that BS aside, is this actually functional for the everyday millennial? And, let me know what you guys are thinking. All right, guys, thank you so much for taking some time with me today. Thank you for all your feedback, your comments, your love. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, and you will be entered to win some really awesome out-of-the-box merch. And one more thing, we out.